digital arena, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Donut Bag presented by The Sportscast.
The Donut Bag, hosted by Joey Bag of Donuts. And here's your host, Joey Bag of Donuts.
What's going on, everybody? I was not planning on doing anything after the game, but I just want to get some things off my chest. So this might be short and sweet, or short and not so sweet. Steelers lose to the Browns 13-6. If you want to join in the conversation, and please do, please, let's vent. Let's just get out every thing we want to get out, scream, whatever. You could join on YouTube and I believe on Twitter. You could reply on YouTube. It's youtube.com/joeybagodonuts, a V instead of an F. Please subscribe too. I don't really care about subscribers and all that stuff, but it would be nice to get some more subscribers. I have almost 50,000 followers on Twitter and like 300 subscribers or something like that. Those numbers need to get better. So Browns 13, Steelers 6. Why did this happen? Let's put the reasons for this loss. One of them was, honestly, I'm going to say it. There was no DK Metcalf. If DK Metcalf is there, they probably win this game. The absolute lack of anything with the wide receivers today, and really all year, and like the wide receiver 2 position was absolutely horrible all year, and it was ridiculous. We wondered what would happen with the Steelers offense with DK Metcalf suspended. I have no I don't know what to say about that whole situation. It was incredibly selfish and stupid of him, and it might cost this team the playoffs. As of right now, the Steelers and the Ravens have to play next week for the right to go into the playoffs and the right to win the AFC North, and they do that. So I think DK Metcalf not being there was part of it. I think another reason was the Browns. It's basically their entire existence is based on beating the Steelers. They're having a terrible year. They usually have terrible years because they're a terrible team. They're a terrible franchise. They're a pathetic, ridiculous clown of a franchise. I'm not saying anything. And Browns fans, I feel for you. I feel for you that you have to put up with that crap, that ridiculous joke of an owner and that ridiculous organization. I feel bad because Browns fans deserve better. I know many Browns fans. They're great people. I have relatives that are Browns fans. But to put up with year after year after year of just a joke of a franchise, and this all stems from the Deshaun Watson trade, possibly one of the worst trades in sports history, and it just set this team back so much. But the Browns are 4-12 now, And they basically, and we knew this going in, that we, when we look at the schedule, I thought, oh yeah, the Steelers at the end of the season in Cleveland, who knows what's going to happen. This happens almost every single time the Steelers go in Cleveland. It's just a show. What is that? House of Horrors. It's basically just a house of horrors. So the Browns were very very hyped for the game. They have nothing to play for. And so, the Steelers game in Cleveland is their Super Bowl. Cool. Congratulations. So I think that was another reason for the Steelers' loss. Also, I think the Steelers underestimated this opponent. I gotta turn that on. The Steelers underestimated this opponent. I also think, the Steelers were coming in winning 3 in a row. I think they started to believe their press clippings. I think they started to hear all the hype about them. It's like, oh, maybe they'll go to the Super Bowl, maybe this, and started to believe that crap. Because the way this game started, the Browns were definitely ready to play, and the Steelers were not. And that's just pathetic. So what else is there to say? I'm not going to recap the game because it's just painful. One thing about Shedeur Sanders, what did he finish with? He finished with he went 17 of 23 for 186 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. There are times where he looked good, and there were times when he looked like the worst quarterback ever. Some of those throws he made were ridiculous. He had 2 interceptions. The last one was like one of the worst throws I've ever seen. He just throws it across his body, across the field, and it was just those are like one of the worst interceptions I ever thought. It should have been 3 interceptions. There was one where Herbeck had it in his hands, and it would have been a pick 6, and his game would have been completely different. And it didn't happen. So, but the Steelers did nothing. Let's talk about the receivers. Well, so Aaron Rodgers went 21 of 39 for 168 yards. That is pathetic. And up until that final drive, he really did nothing. Okay, come on, show this. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. Hi. Thanks for everybody joining. But I'm going to talk tomorrow more in depth about this. I have some people that will be with me. Couple people. One of them I'm really excited about, who has been on here before, but he is making a return. I'm very excited about that. And oh man, this stupid. I hate this banner crap because now it's gonna. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I'm sorry. But it's just how could this happen? How could this happen? All the Steelers had to do was take care of business, and the game next week would have been for nothing. Now they're going to be playing for their lives. Who knows who the quarterback for the Ravens is going to be? It was Huntley last night against the Packers. If you saw that Ravens-Packers game, basically it was the Derrick Henry show. I think he had 4 touchdowns and I don't know, about 900 yards or something. Very scary. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is hurt, but he's probably going to try to play. I think that benefits the Steelers. He is obviously, very hurt, but he's going to try to make it go. If Huntley plays, I think Huntley presents the a bigger problem for the Steelers because he's healthy. But obviously they're going to have to stop Derrick Henry. Hopefully they can, but I don't know. I just had a bad feeling about this game going into it, and as it went on, it just got worse and worse. I don't know what else to say. We'll see what happens next week. Most likely, that game is going to be flexed to Sunday night. I could see that happening because I don't think there are really any other games that could be the Sunday night game. Does that benefit the Steelers if it's a Sunday night game? I don't know. Maybe. As far as the receivers, Freiermuth had 3 catches for 63 yards on 5 targets. Scotty Miller had 3 catches for 25 yards on 7 targets. Marquez Valdez-Scantling had 3 catches for 21 yards on 9 targets. Aaron Rodgers went to him over and over and over and over again, and it failed almost every single time. It was so frustrating, including like the last 3 plays on that final drive. Freiermuth got you to that. There were big plays to Freiermuth on that final drive, and they stopped going to him. Probably because the Browns were smart enough to stop it, or smart enough. But where was Jonnu Smith? Jonnu Smith had 5 catches for 18 yards. Holy crap! Darnell Washington getting hurt also, I think, had a lot to do with the Steelers losing. That is a huge loss. He is so key to their run game. Adam Thielen had 2 catches for 14 yards on 5 targets, and Kenny Gainwell had 3 catches for 12 yards. So basically the passing game was non-existent. Another thing I keep hearing is, they were obsessed with not letting Myles Garrett get the sack record. So they were going to do everything they can to prevent Myles Garrett from getting a sack. And Myles Garrett did not get a sack. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. People will blame Tomlin for this. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Blame him. There were times when the offense just wasn't doing anything, especially in the fourth quarter, and they could have gone for it, but they chose to punt. I think their strategy was, well, let's let the defense win this. Okay, I get that, but also maybe let the offense do things too. I don't know, but the offense wasn't really doing anything. So, what can you say? But this whole blaming Tomlin thing, I'm sure he has something to do with it, but at the same time, he's also the one that got them to 9 wins. He's the one that got them to first place in the AFC North. So you want to blame? I heard this all afternoon. Typical Tomlin trap game. Guys, look around the NFL. Every single week, there is a team that is heavily favored against another team, and that team that the lesser team wins. It happens every single week. Is Tomlin coaching those teams too? It happens. It's the NFL. Any given Sunday. What is Tomlin supposed to tell these guys? Hey, don't take this opponent lightly. Yeah, maybe he should, but it's up to the players too. It just, I can't believe that for 2 years in a row, we've had a situation where you had a wide receiver 1 and then did nothing for wide receiver 2 all year. Nothing for wide receiver 2. Happened last year with George Pickens, and when he went down, the whole thing went to hell. Now, DK Metcalf is gone, and you have nothing. That is all on Omar Khan. Shame on him. That's ridiculous. There's no excuse for that. MVS, what the hell are we doing? Adam Thielen, what the hell is this? Roman Wilson, they've probably thought Roman Wilson would have emerged as a wide receiver too. Well, too bad. That bust. Calvin Austin not being there, maybe that would have helped, but also he's just a tiny dude. There's only so much he could do. This is all on Omar Khan. Should have got another wide receiver too, a legit wide receiver too, so that if stuff like this happens, what if DK Metcalf got hurt or something like that? It's inexcusable. 2 years in a row this has happened now. We'll see what happens next week. But now it looks really bad. Anyway, Monday at 8, we will be back with a couple friends, and I'm really excited about that. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you later.